In the middle of the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. He wore robes covered in fine gold leaf, and in his eyes sparkled two blue sapphires. In his hand, he held a sword with a large red ruby on its grip. The statue was the pride of the city, admired and loved by everyone.
What a truly artistic statue!
Exclaimed a city councillor, trying to show off his fine taste.
Look at the happy prince up there. Happy people never cry.
A mother said softly, trying to calm her crying child. Seeing someone so happy, a tired man whispered to himself.
Maybe the world isn't such a bad place after all.
Children from the charity school, walking out of the church, all said together,
The Happy Prince looks just like an angel.
One night, a little swallow was flying through the sky. His friends had all flown away to the warm land of Egypt 6 weeks earlier. But this swallow didn't go with them. He was the kind of bird who fell in love easily, and he had fallen for a yellow moth. The moth fluttered her yellow wings and seemed to wave at him. So the swallow left his flock and followed the yellow moth. She led him down to the riverside. As he flew along the river, the swallow saw reeds for the very first time. The reeds were so beautiful that the swallow fell in love with one of them. He was enchanted by her slim, graceful figure.
May I love you?
The swallow asked. The reed simply told him to bow his head. So the swallow flew low over the river and greeted her politely. Silver ripples spread across the water. Their love lasted through the whole summer. When autumn came, the reed looked even more beautiful. But by then, all of the swallow's friends had flown away. He spent the autumn dancing the waltz with the reed. In the end, the swallow was left all alone. With all his friends gone, the swallow felt cold and lonely.
Won't you come with me to warm Egypt?
He asked. But the reed gave no answer, only swaying gently in the wind. At last, the swallow left her side. He flew through the night and finally arrived in a faraway city. In the middle of the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the Happy Prince. The swallow noticed the statue high above.
I'll rest there tonight,
he thought. He gently settled at the feet of the Happy Prince and closed his eyes, feeling content. But just as he was falling asleep,
Ah, that's cold.
a large drop of water suddenly fell on him. The swallow looked up in surprise. But the sky was clear, filled only with shining stars.
That's strange. It shouldn't be raining,
he murmured. Just then, a second drop fell. He shook his wings, ready to find a new place to sleep. But then a third drop splashed on him. The swallow looked up and what he saw stunned him. In the moonlight, tears were shining in the eyes of the Happy Prince. They rolled gently down his golden cheeks. The sight was so beautiful and so sad that the swallow's heart filled with a deep, unspoken pity.
Who are you?
The swallow asked gently.
I'm the Happy Prince.
The statue replied.
Then why are you crying?
When I was alive. When I was alive, and had a human heart, I didn't know what tears were. During the day, I played with my friends in the garden, and at night, I danced in grand ballrooms. Living inside a tall castle, I never knew what lay beyond its walls. People called me the Happy Prince. They truly believed I was happy. After I died, they placed me high up here for all to see. I can see the whole city from up here. I've come to know how full it is, full of poverty, pain, hunger, and tears, right beneath my feet.
The prince spoke in a low voice.
In that alley, there's a mother caring for her sick child. The child has a high fever, but the mother can't afford medicine. Could you give her the ruby from my sword?
The swallow replied.
My friends are waiting for me in Egypt.
Swallow, little swallow. Please, I beg you. The boy is very sick.
The prince pleaded again.
Last summer, 2 boys threw stones at me. That was very rude. Tonight, I will be your messenger.
The swallow flew up, took the red ruby from the prince's sword, and flew to the village. He entered the house and placed the ruby on the table. Then he fanned the feverish boy with his wings, trying to cool him down. Day turned to night again.
I'm going to Egypt tonight.
The swallow said happily to the prince.
Swallow, little swallow.
The prince said softly.
Will you stay with me just one more night?
His voice was gentle and full of hope. The swallow replied.
My friends are waiting for me. I have to go to Egypt.
The prince answered.
There is a poor young man. He is hungry and cold and cannot write any more. The fire is cold, and he has fainted from hunger. I have no ruby left now. Will you take the sapphire from my eye to him?
Hearing this, the swallow began to cry.
If you do that, you will go blind.
He said. The prince replied.
Swallow, please do as I ask.
The swallow flew up, took a blue sapphire from the prince's eye, and flew to the young writer's attic. He placed the jewel gently on the desk and flew away. Day came again, and night followed once more. The swallow came to say goodbye to the happy prince.
Goodbye, Your Highness, happy prince,
he said.
Swallow, little swallow.
The prince begged.
Please stay with me just one more night.
The swallow shivered.
Prince, it's so cold. I feel like my body is freezing.
But the prince answered softly.
I'm sorry, swallow. I have one last request. At the market, there is a little match girl. All her matches are wet, so she cannot sell them. She is crying and cannot go home. Her father might beat her. And she is barefoot. She looks so cold.
The swallow said.
I can't take your eye. If I do, you will lose your sight forever.
Swallow, little swallow, please do as I say.
Summoning all his strength, the swallow flew up. He carefully took the last sapphire from the prince's eye, and gently placed it into the little match girl's hand. The girl smiled at the jewel, and ran happily back home. That night, the swallow returned to the prince.
You are now blind, but I will always stay by your side.
The swallow sat on the prince's shoulder, and told him stories of the strange and wonderful things he had seen in distant lands.
Swallow, my dear swallow,
said the prince.
The real wonder is the suffering people face down below. Fly and see who is in pain, and tell me about them.
The swallow flew to the village and saw rich people in beautiful houses, and beggars trembling with cold and hunger under the arches. He flew back and told the prince what he saw. The prince said,
Take the last of my fine gold leaf and give it to them.
The happy prince was no longer beautiful or bright. Without his gold leaf and shining jewels, people ignored him. The words of praise disappeared, and people began to shout insults. They spat and threw trash at him. The townspeople started talking about tearing the statue down. The little swallow could not leave the happy prince all winter. He gathered his last strength and flew to the prince. He whispered,
Goodbye, Your Highness. May I give you a farewell kiss on your hand?
The prince said,
I'm glad you will finally go to Egypt. Kiss my lips, because I love you.
The swallow said.
I'm not going to Egypt.
The next morning, the cold swallow was found, lying at the prince's feet, as the prince's tears kept falling onto the little bird's back.